Hello everyone, welcome to Jet Setter Janelle. I'm Janelle, and in today's video, I am taking you back to the Middle East. We are going to the opulent, elegant capital of the United Arab Emirates, Abu Dhabi. Let's begin. I'm going to start out with the entry requirements. Currently, UAE is at a level 2. And this advisory has not been updated since July of 2023. I think you are going to be fine. Now, with your passport, you are going to need it to have at least 6 months validity from your date of entry into UAE. And you want to have 1 page empty for the stamp. You do not need a visa to visit the country of UAE if you're going to be staying less than 30 days. I do want to mention that U.S. emergency passports, the ones with 12 pages, those are not accepted here. Also, if you have the X gender on your passport, those aren't accepted either. There is no vaccination required for UAE. I want to talk about the United States relationship with countries around the world. If you go to state.gov, you're going to see that the U.S. has had friendly relations with the UAE since 1971. The two countries established formal diplomatic relations in 1972. The UAE is a key partner for the US. In fact, when you visit UAE, you're going to see that the government has really made it approachable for US citizens to travel, that it looks a lot like home. You're just in the desert. Remember, UAE is made up of 7 emirates. Abu Dhabi is the capital. It is the largest emirate. There's just something about capitals. You guys can go through my channel and look at all of the different capitals around the world that I have visited. I know for one fact they are going to have the best options of food for me as a vegetarian. Here in Abu Dhabi, the government has really put a focus on urban planning and the environment. I might say you probably want to visit here and then go to Dubai, because I really like what they are doing in Abu Dhabi. How to get to Abu Dhabi? Well, they have the Zayed International Airport. You might want to look into the airlines that they have. There is Emirates, Etihad, there's Air Arabia. You can get some of the budget airlines like Wizz Air. When I went for the first time, I flew into DXB, which is Dubai. If you want more information on that trip, go ahead and click here. What I ended up doing was take the bus from Dubai to Abu Dhabi. It's like 40 minutes. I believe that's the E100. More on that in the transportation section. I'll say it again, most travelers, if you are going straight into UAE for the first time and you aren't going into Dubai, you're going to fly probably into Terminal 3 of Zayed International Airport. Once you have cleared customs and you've made it to get your luggage, you're going to want to either catch a taxi to get to the city center. UAE, because of the oil, the gas, this is a wealthy nation. Okay, I'm talking about luxury. The category is elegance. This is why in this section, I'm going to mention a hostel, but I'm really going to review a hotel for you. The first time I was there, I stayed with friends, but then there's been other times where I was able to stay at a hotel. This was at the Fairmont Bab Bar. Excuse me for the pronunciation. This is a 5-star beachfront hotel that is located in Abu Dhabi. It was so beautiful, you guys. It's 45 minutes from Dubai. So even if you wanted to fly into DXB, because I really love that airport, you could do that and then take the bus straight to Abu Dhabi. It's 15 minutes from the Abu Dhabi airport. It offers 8 restaurants. There are private beaches. Let me talk to you about the room. Of course, the rooms are non-smoking. Here I had a king-size bed. There was a 5-piece bathroom. Have you heard of that before? I mean, the customer service is absolutely out of this world. The UAE has this down packed. I really appreciate the service that I received at this hotel. Their buffet was absolutely outstanding. I could not stop eating there, you guys. And I feel like you're going to get this service at any hotel, major hotel that you're going to visit if you are planning to stay in Abu Dhabi. You can check out the West End. I am going to list one. I found the International Abu Dhabi Hostel. This wasn't on Hostel World. I looked it up on Google and it had enough reviews. The only thing is I think it's kind of far out. I don't know how close this is to some of the tourist attractions. I do believe that it is close to the Abu Dhabi bus terminal though. Usually hostels are close to the bus stations. As far as the price, it depends on when you are going. If you travel during the week in a hotel, typically the room rates are going to be cheaper. I looked it up. It was about 200, 250 for one night. And if you want to do the hostels, of course, those are going to be significantly cheaper. I really did not stay in any Airbnbs when I was in the Middle East. I've been to about 8 of the Arab Gulf countries. This is a really fascinating region. I am going to give you my Middle East playlist here. It's growing if you want to get more information on the region. What I might recommend is that you fly into Dubai, and you could also do a day trip to Abu Dhabi too if you are only trying to do maybe a layover. A lot of people just go there for the day. So that's also an option, but you cannot be in Dubai and not go to the capital. I mean, that is the wrong decision. Capitals around the world are really putting in effort for you to enjoy the activities. Abu Dhabi does not disappoint. When it comes to things to do, I want you to take a look at this website. This is the Abu Dhabi tourism site. Y'all, I got a lot of this stuff from here. And of course, I'm going to throw some of the things that I did as well. You want to go to visitabudabi.ae. Now, I am going to say this is the desert region, all right? In certain parts of the year, the temperatures can go over 115 degrees. Like, I'm from Texas, and y'all, that desert heat, it really got to me. So there are going to be some times of the month where all you want to do is just stay inside. But thankfully, Abu Dhabi has that covered. They have outdoor and indoor activities as well. I'm going to start out with the Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque. When I say this is the most beautiful mosque I have seen in my life, I was absolutely amazed when I pulled up to that mosque. I was so excited because remember, I was saying that I had already been in Dubai. I went to Dira and I was shopping because I wanted to wear a abaya to get there. Man, oh man. It is so fantastic. Looking at the design, you have to go at night. It is spectacular. I do believe if you're not going to want to wear your own abaya, that they do provide them for you now. I remember maybe the second or third time that I went, I had to wear the blue one, and you could put the hood over your hair. Sometimes I wore a braid, so that was kind of difficult to do. I would suggest that you get your own abaya and, show your fashion, show your style. What you need to understand is respecting the culture. This is a Muslim nation. And when you're going to visit, their mosque, you know that their religion is Islam. You have to make sure that your arms, your shoulders are covered. They are going to ask that you remove your shoes. You're going to be walking barefoot throughout the mosque. This is their place of worship. I will never forget that feeling when I wasn't even outside the taxi, and I was just like, oh, it was just so majestic. It's amazing. You cannot go to Dubai without going to Abu Dhabi if the only thing you do is to see the Grand Mosque. 10 out of 10. You also want to try to make it to the Heritage Village. This is where you're going to get a taste of the traditional culture of the Emiratis. There I was able to see them weave the looms. I saw children there on field trips. Sidebar, the UAE, especially in Abu Dhabi, I feel like AD is really family friendly. You're going to see kids walking around. Sometimes their parents aren't supervising them. There is a special feeling of knowing that your child is protected and safe while they're out of your eyesight. Like it was so amazing to just see kids run around and play with no fear of being kidnapped in this time and age. I think it's very interesting. At the Heritage Village, you can get a taste of the Emirati life. I suggest that you go there as well. Abu Dhabi has a lot of malls that are fantastic. You have the Yas Mall, there's the Galleria Mall, there is the Marina Mall, and you probably want to go there because this is where the AC is on blast. They do not play when it comes to malls, you guys. Not only are there going to be restaurants, you can do your shopping, and they are centrally located. Bring some extra money and go shopping. The currency here is the AED, that is the dirham. There's so much. I'm just going to quickly go through. There is also the Louvre Museum. If you are an art lover, I would go there. There's Ferrari World. They have Saadiyat Island. Now, let me talk to you quickly about this. UAE has been mentioned to be artificial, it's a lot of man-made things, but I feel like if you want to go into the wadis, you could do hiking there. There are the mangroves. I went kayaking in Abu Dhabi, and there are oases. So it's not like it is just dry, brown desert. You can go to the Corniche beaches. I really like the scene at the Corniche. It's very nice. You could go there in the evening once the weather has cooled down, and it's very relaxing. And of course, one major thing that you want to do is to schedule a desert safari. Here you're going to be able to go dune bashing. They have food included. You get to hold the falcon. I think this was funny because it was my first time holding it, and I was like, what is this thing doing on my wrist? Like, do I just keep my arm up? Like, and it looks like we're both making the same expression. I had my mouth open and then I closed it. I was like, why am I in sync with this falcon? Is he just going to fly right at my face? And so I was just leaning all the way back, and then he was just like, "Arr, arr, arr." That's part of the desert safari. They're probably going to do henna if you request it. You can try on some of the traditional clothing. They have a abaya you can try on, and then you get to sit down and look at the traditional dance. It's a great way to end an evening in Abu Dhabi. Of course, they have the Etihad Towers. This is where one of the multiple I don't even know what number we're on with the Fast and Furious, like 85. Anyways, one of those movies was filmed. You're going to see the Etihad Towers there. If you have time, you want to go to Emirates Palace. This is where you can get the gold flaked cappuccino. I'm telling y'all, it's just luxury all around. There's IKEA, there's skydiving. You're not going to run out of activities. Do keep in mind that AD is more conservative than Dubai. At the beach, like I did have on a swimsuit, even at the private beach at the hotel. Did I go in the water at the hotel? I don't think so. But at the Corniche beach, I was walking around. Some girl approached me for a photo. We took some quick pics. Hey, girl. I don't remember your name, but we had this quick interaction. But we were not natives, okay? We were not Emiratis. Our culture is normal for us to walk around in swimsuits. But then you're going to see the Muslim women who have their swimsuits on too. So we are all in the same space enjoying the water. And I think that the Muslims are very welcoming to foreigners, more than we would be towards them. That's a topic for another day, okay? Yes, you are in the desert, so there's not going to be as much of the natural greenery that we are accustomed to. If you look at my videos, I'm always talking about going out in nature, earthing, grounding my feet, have that connection with the ground, with the earth. And I don't know that I did that as much. The desert can be very hot. During those hotter months, it is more difficult for me to do that. I would say AD is more green than Dubai, you guys. They have hiking trails. There's wildlife. Even in the hot summers, what I've seen people do, they will hike early in the morning or late at night when it's cooler. You have to be strategic with it. This is a different part of the world. Let's adapt. The green nature is not going to be the same as the desert, but it is still nice to experience. Most of you, if you visit, you probably aren't going to be there long term anyways. So you might as well just check it out. Open your mind. As I said, you can go to visit Dubai. I mean, they have everything for you on there. They even offer curated trips. If you're trying to just do a layover, maybe you want to only see the mosque and go to the Louvre. They have an itinerary for that. So go to the site, have an idea of what you want to do, and then you can kind of tailor it to your liking. When it comes to getting around, Abu Dhabi has made it very simple. I'm going to quickly talk about the few ways that you can get around town. As I mentioned before, you can get to the city center from the airport with the taxis. Look up the AD Taxi app. You are going to be able to quickly call taxis 10 minutes from wherever you are located. I think that is a great tool for travelers. Of course, UAE's transport is going to include Uber. They also use Careem there. The good thing about those are that they operate 24/7. There is a free shuttle if you are staying at any of Abu Dhabi's hotels or if you purchase a ticket to one of the main attractions. It is called the Abu Dhabi Shuttle Bus. What you are going to need to enter is going to be the QR code, and it's going to take you around the local attractions, back and forth to the hotels. I really think this is a great addition. I don't remember them having this when I was there. It includes 8 routes and it is free. That is something that you really want when you are visiting this luxurious place. The buses, they are centrally located. Okay, you have the Abu Dhabi bus station. And here, this is where you're going to have the E100 and the E101 to get back and forth from Abu Dhabi to Dubai. So what you could do, Dubai has the metro. AD does not have one. Like I said, you can use the taxis, you can walk, they have e-scooters, and they have the buses. What you can also do is rent a car. I believe that UAE is one of the safest places in the world where renting a car is going to be easy. There's no scamming going on. And honestly, because of the hot weather, there's not much walking. You're going to see most of the people moving around in cars. I remember in the hotel lobby of the Fairmont, they just had this nice, what is this, a Rolls Royce? Y'all car people, tell me what this is. Just in the lobby. The wealth is never ending, okay? With the car rentals, the vehicles are reliable. You're not going to be broke down on the side of the road out in some desert land. To rent a car, you're going to need a copy of your passport. Now, you might be like, oh, I'm going to just bring my passport up there and rent it. You should already be having copies of your passport anyways. So make sure you have that. You're going to need a credit card. You will need a license from your home country or an international license, because I know some people have those. And there are also the ferries. I am very impressed with UAE's transport system. The UAE has really great food for vegetarians, for vegans. Arabic food is not as meat heavy as you might think. There are dates that you can eat. I really enjoy the buffets. If you go to any major hotel and just go to their breakfast buffet, or even for lunch, you are going to be full. It's just well seasoned. You can get Arabic. They have international cuisine, and of course, they cater towards the European American paler palate as well. I like to typically go for the Arabic food. As I said, the first time I was there, I was staying with friends, so thankfully I was able to eat with them. The other time, I really ate a lot at the Fairmont buffet. So I looked up a restaurant that would be good for veggies. They have sea taste, there's biryani pot, there's going to be a lot of Indian cuisine. Y'all know I love that. There is Chapan Bog. This is the place that I went to go eat before I went to Grand Mosque for the first time. It was quite delightful. You can't go wrong with Indian food. And then there's the typical restaurants that you could get back home. There's Sweet Greens, Denny's, Subway. They have Costa Coffee. There's Papa John's, right? Of course, there are Starbucks. So you're going to be able to eat your fill in Abu Dhabi. You are going to realize that going to capitals is going to have the best cuisine. If you go to Happy Cow, you're going to see that there's over 170 restaurants for us, for vegans and vegetarians. Y'all better go to the Middle East. You're going to be able to eat. Dates are very important to the Emirati culture. You could even take some home as a souvenir. A lot of people like to have the dates with the Arabic coffee. And after you eat, you might want to take a walk and exercise off those calories. From special landmarks, the best foods, there are skyline towers, shopping mega centers, art, and endless sunshine with a bit of green sprinkled around. Abu Dhabi is going to be the place for you to visit. If you're interested in more of the Middle East, specifically my trip to Petra, go ahead and click here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm going to see you next week. It's going to be my 50th video. I'm geeked up. Bye.